It's a roller coaster of indecision and indignation this week as Jimmy finds out that Chelsea may have exaggerated about looking like a centerfold model.
I feel like I'm going to throw up.
And Jeramey might be leaving the door open with Sarah Ann.
Literally, I think you are an amazing person, and I think
Thank you.
the world of you. And
Thank you.
Even as he proposes to Laura. This is Fleek Reality with the latest recap of Love is Blind, Season 6, Episode 5, titled She Lied to Me. So get your teacups out because we're about to pour out some top shelf tea on this episode. Last episode, the producers left us all hanging, wondering who's on the other side of Chelsea's pod. Is it lover boy Jimmy or dog lover Trevor?
She's the love of my life for sure. I'm definitely proposing to Chelsea.
This episode picks up right where we left off as Chelsea walks through the door looking like she's about to do what she does best, cry. And there to catch her falling tears is none other than Jimmy with the juice.
Straight out of a breakup, straight in here with you. Love it.
Poor Trevor will have to wait his turn in line to propose.
Chels.
Bet he's thinking, my dog Chelsea would never do this to me. As soon as Chelsea walks in, Jimmy wastes no time getting down on one knee.
Chelsea, I love you. I love every bit of every conversation we've ever had. I love Chelsea. Will you marry me?
And Chelsea wastes no time reminding us that the second thing she does best is puke.
I have been feeling like I've had to puke this whole morning.
This is not the face of someone who likes what she's hearing. After an eternity of not quite answering and not quite puking, Chelsea remembers where she is and pulls herself together to accept the punishment. proposal.
I will 1,000% marry you.
Well, Jimmy is all yay.
Let's go!
Chelsea's more like, what have I done?
Oh my God, I am shaking.
We can't wait to see how this one pans out. Speaking of waiting, Trevor's up to bat next. But before he can even take a swing at delivering what we imagine is a beautifully planned speech, Chelsea gets right to the point.
You are just a phenomenal person. And,
Uh-oh, that's a letter of rejection if we've ever heard one.
This doesn't sound positive.
And sure enough, she drops the, it's not you, it's me line.
I can't give you all of me right now.
To make matters worse, when he asks her why, she hit him with a verbal IDKRN.
Do you have a reason why?
No, I don't.
Wow, that's a crash landing with no parachute for you right there. When we get one of the saddest lines ever from the happiest and most positive guys of this season.
If I went first, would you have said yes to me?
Who would have thought the man who described himself as liking dogs could be so deep?
I tapped my bracelet about 100 times today.
Okay, I lied. That was the saddest line. The craziness continues with Jeramey and Sarah Ann. You know, the one who said,
I'm gonna marry Jeramey. It's gonna happen because I already know. Skirt.
Unfortunately for her, he's thought through who he actually wants to marry. He just didn't think through on how to basically tell her.
I did, decide that, my other date is who I
Want to be with.
I have to move forward with.
Let's see how he did with the girl he did choose.
They started off as kind of like a fun game.
Yeah.
And then it progressively got more and more serious. And
Yeah.
now, we're sitting here at this point now,
Yeah.
making life decisions.
I'm sorry, but what does that mean?
I decided last night that you were the person for me.
Oh, sure. That sounds like someone in love. It gets more awkward when he actually gets down to propose.
Laura, I would love more than anything to have you as my wife.
Are you forgetting something? Like, maybe will you marry me?
I want you here as my forever person.
And I know you feel you're breaking at the seam.
That's so much worse, Jeramey. With no real question to answer, Laura responds the best way she could.
I would love to marry you.
I'm sure she would have loved to hear those words, will you marry me? Like with any normal proposal. Comment if I'm wrong, but that's got to be the most awkward proposal in the history of the show ever.
No, I'm serious. I really love you.
At least she didn't tell him she's going to puke. With this final couple's engagement, it's time for them to see each other for the first time, starting with Jimmy and Chelsea. What a beautiful moment. They're both so sure that the person on the other side is the only one for them.
I've never been more sure that Jessica.
Excuse me, Jimbo?
I've never been more sure that Chelsea is someone that I can literally talk to about anything.
Let's just hope you can talk to her about calling her Jessica. We'll just shove that into a box labeled drama for later, because then the doors open and they meet in the flesh. Chelsea is so excited she can barely breathe. She tells him he's handsome. And well, he needs to get another look to fully process.
You look so handsome.
Look at you.
On how much she does not look like Megan Fox.
She definitely lied to me on some how she looks. Chelsea told me she looked like Megan Fox.
Chelsea, do you have anything to say for yourself? Guess that's catfish under the bridge now. Finally, it's time for Jeramey to meet Laura. And he's feeling...
I don't know if I'm exactly Laura's type, but I think that we have such a genuine connection that I could care less at this point.
Great way to start an engagement. Somehow, the more he says he loves her, the less convincing it sounds.
I'm ready to go meet my person in person because I love her and I'm ready to put a tangible sensation to this whole experience.
That's enough rehearsing, Jeramey. It's time for you to try saying it to the person you're trying to convince. Your fiance.
I'm gonna pass out.
Same.
Hi, you are handsome.
Good news, he gets a second chance at proposing with a real question this time, and he botches it again.
Will you remarry me?
I'm gonna pass out.
Don't do that. Don't do it until I put the ring on first.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Next, the newly engaged couples are whisked off to the Dominican Republic for the next phase of the experiment before they go back to the real world. Will their love survive or sink to the bottom of the sea? And that brings us to the end of another Love is Blind episode. Do you think Chelsea made the right choice? Will the couples continue to get along after spending quality time with each other in the DR without a wall in between them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe so you can stay in the loop with Fleek Reality. Thanks for watching.